Stand by. Hey everybody, Bendy Hammers, Steel Target Paint Team, Bendy Hammers shooting page. So, who likes to see something new? Let's take a look at something new. So let's take a look at something new. Got a box. What's in the box? What's in the box, man? What's in the box? Well, let's find out. Well, it looks kind of like a 1911. And it is. However, what we've got going on here is that is a CWA upper, converting this 1911 to a very nice shooting 22. Chet Whistle makes these. If you don't know who he is, you have to go check out his product. So many of the top shooters are shooting his guns now, and there's several people around here local that have them. So the picture's not doing us justice. I'll take some better pictures later. But basically what we have here is down on the end, we have the Steve Foster Falcon Comp. And then we have the CWA upper. On the 1911. And I've got my Athlon TRS-1 up there. So, story on this, short and sweet. I think these retail for around $5.50 maybe. And they're worth every dime. Chet is making just some outstanding pieces of art. Great functioning 22 firearms. So this was actually a prize table pull from the 2020 Worlds by Steve Foster. And then through route of wheeling and dealing, doing some things that no adult male should have to do. No, I kid. Steve pulled this and we worked out a deal because I've wanted one for a long time, and maybe someday we'll replace that lower with more Chet's work. But this was, you know, what I can afford. and he sold me to it at a prize table price. Let's call it that. Let's call it a prize table / friend price. So he took good care of me. And this is going to be my rimfire rifle pistol gun. So let's see it shoot. All right, so we're going to be shooting from about 18 yards, 20 yards, which is where I like to sight in, and I did sight this in. This is the magazine that's going to come with, just a GSG. Real heavy duty. So let's see it shoot. So I'll tell you what, just for fun, let's go down and see what that plate looks like. So this is about 20 yards, you know, like not necessarily slow fire, just shooting. And that's what we're dealing with. Don't worry about that little guy right there. Looks like it's still hitting a little bit to the left for me, so I might give it a couple clicks to bring it over. But the pistol is extremely accurate. It shoots smooth. The comp on it, like I've said about Steve's comp before, it actually feels like it's working. I mean, look at that. That's 20 yards. And you saw how fast I pulled the trigger. I mean, this wasn't like slow fire, you know, slow trigger pull, perfect control, you know, let it surprise you when it goes off type stuff. This was just put the dot in the center of the plate and pull the trigger. Just basically function checking it is what I'm doing there. I'd say this was probably 21 through 30 rounds that I put through it. I think this will be the first gun that I actually pay attention to how many rounds go through it. So literally this is going to be the third set of 10 rounds that have gone through it right there. Dead nuts. Good stuff, Chet. Again, he's at cwaccessories.com. Check out his stuff. There's plenty of videos of some of the best shooters in the world shooting them at Worlds. Steve Foster shoots one. Bailey Gallagher shoots one. I believe, who else? I believe Chris Barrett is shooting one. The list goes on. I'd have to look it up, but I saw them everywhere, and there's several of them here locally too. So check them out. If you want the top of the line 22 pistol that you can have out there, CWA Accessories is a route to go. Contact Chet Whistle. All right, thank you guys very much. So I got the CWA out here still, shooting a little bit up close, make sure it was zeroed. Started shooting it fast, no problems. Come back here to about, actually I think this is a little bit over 50, about 50 yards. Let's see what it does there. That is one accurate pistol. I gotta say, that's probably the most accurate pistol that I've ever shot. That's got the Athlon TRS on it. That's only a 3 MOA, which is part of what's making it easy to hit that 10-inch steel plate down there. At I think last time I walked this off, it was like 53 yards. And you saw again how fast I shot it. CWA, guys. CWA. CWAccessories.com. Look up Chet Whistle. Thank you. Okay, so this isn't necessarily what I planned to do when I came out here. I brought a couple of my pistols out. I figured I was going to get some work in. But this CWA pistol is just amazing me. So I left the bay where I was. That was only one of our shorter pistol bays, and I came out here to the law enforcement bay. So what you'll see out here, if I can get it in picture, we're going to get a little bit more accurate depiction of how far we're shooting. So this is going to be our 50-yard mark. Okay? We're going to be shooting way down there. Okay? So let's see what happens. All right, so if you can see that little white speck right there in about the center, that's a 10-inch plate, 50 yards. Wouldn't you know it, I yanked number 8. This thing's accurate. Let's see what else we can do. All right, so I've moved back to about 75 yards. Getting ridiculous, okay? I'm gonna start missing, no matter how accurate the gun is, even if it's accurate at this far. Offset of the dot's gonna start to come in, and my skill level is gonna start to come in. But if you can, I don't know if you can see it or not, but down there quite a ways, I'm going to assume about 25 yards, is the 50-yard mark that I just shot from. So way down yonder down there, I'm not even sure if you can see that. 75 yards away is a 10-inch white plate. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now that I'm reloaded, 75 yards. Are you freaking kidding me right now? What was that, like number 4? I put it right over the top. I saw it hit the dirt right behind there. That's, guys, that's 75 yards with a 22 pistol that is literally a conversion on top of a Colt 1911 lower. 75 yards, 9 out of 10 hits. Are you kidding me? Seriously? And I guess at this point we're gonna say that I'm gonna mention again. This is the Athlon TRS-1. Again, the 3 MOA dots helping still be able to see it from this far away. This is the CWA upper on my Colt Competition 1911 lower, and I'm also going to throw in this pistol doesn't have a trigger job in it yet. This is just stock trigger how it came. It's not horrible, but it's not really good either. 9 out of 10 hits, 75 yards. I don't know what to say, except let's see what else it can do. Okay, so getting a little crazy out here. I'm doing a whole lot more than, or a whole lot different than what I thought I was going to come out here and do. Plan was to come out, zero this pistol, run it a little bit, function check it, and hope that it worked. Well, it's working. It's working. So to recap, we started over in, if you know Mill Creek, currently I am on the LE2 bay, if you recognize that. On the LE2 bay. So I started down on bay 4, put some steel up, did some zeroing, and liked what was going on. Moved back to 50 yards and was shooting it very, very well. Ding, 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 ding every time. So I wanted to come over here to the LE bay, which is quite a bit longer and safer to shoot, you know, long distance. You're not at the back of the bay. So we shot 50 yards. Down there, I went 10 for 10 about 3 times in a row. Over here, I went 9 for 10. And it was just a bad trigger pull on my part. On number 8, I believe it was, at 50 yards, and then came back to 75 yards and went 9 for 10 again. I believe it was either 3 or number 4 that I missed, and I just heeled it just a little bit over the top. But it was amazing to me to hear a ding at all. So I don't know how far back this is. I'm gonna guess this is 100 yards. It's not marked. Those of you that are familiar with Mill Creek, I'm back here where the picnic tables are, okay, on the concrete slab. And I don't even know that on camera you can see that 10-inch white plate down there. Or we're going to try to shoot the damn thing. So, I don't know what's going to happen. And I've done the same thing again. I just realized I didn't reload before I started the camera. That last one at 75 yards was one take, believe it or not. I'm not out here to go through a whole bunch of 22 ammunition trying to shoot at 75 yards with a pistol. I'm kind of doing it once and done just to see, you know, what happens. But this thing is just mesmerizing me at this point. So I'm going to reload, and then we'll try shooting what I believe is about 100 yards. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera a little bit more on the gun so you can kind of see it run a little bit, because I don't even think on camera you can see the plate down there. Hopefully we can hear it ding. Hopefully I make it ding. Crazy. I'm calling this 100 yards. If it's not 100 yards, it might be just a little over 100 yards, just by a couple. So let's see if I can make it ding down there at least once. Okay, so 100 yards isn't working. I could spend a bunch of time out here and try to find a hold, but what's happening is due to the offset at this far away, it's just going up and over the top, and I really don't want to spend up a whole bunch of ammunition trying to do something stupid like hit a 10-inch plate at 100 yards with a pistol, 22 pistol. Screw it, we'll try it one more time. All right, take 2, being stupid at 100 yards. That was a gosh darn ding. So, like I said, I could come out here and try to find a hold. It's looking like it's a couple inches under the plate and maybe just favoring to the left a little bit. I think that was what, number 8. 9. So I think I got one more in here. Let's see what happens. No dice. Well, that's a pretty tall order. I did hit once. Let's see what other fun we can have. Okay, so we're done kind of being crazy at 100 yards. I did get one hit though. And the other thing that I'll say is it might have been interesting to have a 12-inch plate, because I was seeing the dirt hits for a lot of them, and I think I could have got just a few more, because they were barely missing, barely. So we're back here at the 50-yard mark, and I figured I want to keep putting some rounds through this thing. So let's put a couple more through here at 50 yards, just to see how it shoots. That felt pretty good. I sped it up a little bit, put one of them a little bit high, and then I put another one a little bit down and low. So, down and to the left. So let's reload. Let's do that one more time. Then we'll go down and do some speed stuff. Okay, so once again, we're going to do 50 yards. I'm going to put the camera, try to put the camera on the gun and see how smooth the gun's running, how flat it's running, for me to look at it again later. So let's see what it does at 50 yards. Going to try to keep up a pretty decent cadence and see how many I can put on. All right, one more time at 50 yards. Number 6, leaned into it a little bit, shot it just under. 9 out of 10 is not bad. All right, let's go down and do some speed stuff. All right, so we're down here at the 10-yard mark. Plate's right out there again. I'm going to try again to get the gun in view. Try to do something like that. Maybe come over here. So do just 5-round bursts, and we'll just see how flat it shoots, and let's see after shooting back there at 100 yards if I can miss at 10 yards. How about that? I just did number 2. Look at that. So shooting fast, this thing is feeling really good in my hand. This is a steel frame lower, so it's got some weight in my hands, but what's extended out front is feeling really light. So it's feeling good. All right, let's do that a couple more times, and then we'll call tonight and head back home. that's my night with the CWA upper on my Colt Competition steel frame lower. Okay, Athlon TRS1 3 MOA. I'm liking that out here. I'm liking that small dot. We'll see what happens for shooting steel challenge and things like that. Steve's comp on here, Steve Foster's Falcon comp. No trigger. I'm kind of noticing, trying to shoot, 5-round bursts, that trigger's holding me back a little bit. It could be faster. That'll happen, but right now I could compete with it in this form, and will. So that's a CWA upper. Love it. Just love it. We're gonna do some things with this. Chet, you're amazing. Thank you, guys.